Boruto's destiny just witnessed a massive change which saved him from dying. The way Sarada convinced Sasuke into helping Boruto has completely falsified the glimpse of future that we saw earlier. There was this panel of Kawaki where he had a bloodstain on his face, but since it did not appear in chapter 80, does it mean Boruto can change his pre-written destiny by himself? Let's find out. The Boruto manga's 4-month hiatus has caused a huge split between fans. While some say the conclusion of chapter 80 hints at the time skip showing up in the next chapter, some even claim this missing panel of Kawaki takes place before the time skip, which means we should not have high hopes from the next chapter. This sequence of Kawaki that Boruto saw in his glimpse of future shows us with a bloodstain on his face, along with Karma stage 2. Some say it was actually this scene where Boruto gets his eye cut and the bloodstain also belongs to him. However, the fact that Kawaki did not have a horn in this scene straight up means that they are not the same. So before getting into the possibility of this panel appearing in chapter 81, let's dissect another possibility which talks about Boruto changing his own destiny. What I think is that in the original timeline, Boruto was supposed to die by the hands of Kawaki, and this panel is from that scenario. It could have happened after Boruto might have let himself in the hands of Momoshiki during the Team 10 fight. Then Momoshiki could have wiped off all 3 of them until Kawaki would have appeared in front of him. Kawaki, seeing this as a golden chance to kill Momoshiki, would have went all out against him. And this panel is placed right after Kawaki's final blow in the original timeline. Now you may ask what led to this shift in timelines. We know Boruto was saved because of Sarada, and considering the fact that the girls were already immune from Aida's spell, it should have been the same in the original timeline. However, the thing that was different in the second one is Boruto's resilience against the twist of fate. Momoshiki himself was shocked to see Boruto's mental strength. So it seems like the glimpse of Kawaki that Boruto saw was just a consequence of him letting the monster possess him at this moment. This means that it won't make an appearance in the manga, and the next chapter is officially the beginning of the time skip. If this theory turns out to be true, then it's confirmed that Boruto can definitely change his own destiny. Not only he saved himself from dying, but also from the curse of the Otsutsuki, who's wildly after his consciousness. This paradigm of Boruto tackling his own destiny is completely a result of his own endurance that he learned from the shinobi regimes. The will of fire that he recalled to inherit in chapter 80 is an ideal which stems from Ashura Otsutsuki, a belief that love is the key to peace. So it seems like Boruto has several motives on hand at present. Firstly, he wants Kawaki to have a complete redemption. Secondly, he would require to get rid of Momoshiki somehow. And finally, to eliminate another great threat, which is Code. There could be some addition to Boruto's quest, like dealing with other Otsutsukis and awakening the Jogan. For the Jogan, I have come up with a solid theory related to the events of this chapter, and I will catch on it later. So considering this panel of Kawaki was just a possibility that happened in one of the possible futures that Boruto saw, it seems like the time skip is indeed coming in August. However, the end of chapter 80 did not mention the word time skip anywhere. So what if the time skip isn't set for chapter 81? Which means this panel of Kawaki will certainly make its way to the manga sooner or later. So how is it gonna fit with the current events of the story? Well, there are possibly 3 ways to explain what Kawaki is doing at this moment. 2 of them include the death of a person, while 1 of them revolves around Boruto. The very first possibility talks about Code's attack and how he might wage a war on the leaf really soon. Kawaki, being the most strongest warrior present in the village, might be destroying one of Code's claw grinds in this scene, and this bloodstain is the result of the same. Another reason which enhances this possibility is the horn on Kawaki's head, which hints at the threat being really big, which forced him to unlock Karma stage 2. Boruto might be seeing all of this from a distance, explaining how he saw it in his glimpse of future. Well, the second possibility is a bit darker and deals with the death of none other than Sasuke Uchiha. Kawaki killing Sasuke has become a major possibility due to numerous reasons. We all know Aida's omnipotence has not only altered the memories, but also the feelings of everyone towards Boruto and Kawaki. Sasuke, under the pressure of his daughter, decided to help out the traitor who has betrayed the village in everyone's eyes. However, the thing which needs to be noted is that Boruto and Kawaki's feelings are basically the same towards everyone around them, which means Kawaki does not feel any bond with Sasuke that would make him honor the Uchiha as his master. The fact that he's helping out Boruto could even end up in Kawaki wiping him off, and since Boruto is also using his stuff in the future, this makes it a vital possibility. I think Team 10 would reveal this to Kawaki and Konoha, that Boruto was taken by Sasuke, which would easily make him a target in his eyes. So let's say the time skip will occur by the end of the next chapter. Here is how I think things would end up. After training Boruto for a few months, Sasuke might decide to return to the village, where he will face Kawaki, most probably on the outskirts. Kawaki will inquire Sasuke about Boruto, to which he will counter-question him about omnipotence. One thing will lead to another and Kawaki might end up killing Sasuke after activating his second karma stage. Boruto might then appear on the scene and upon seeing the dead body of his master, he would end up awakening the Jogan. Now the reason why I think Jogan could awaken here has something to do with Sarada's sun-shaped Mangenkyo. The sun lightens the path of the moon that is drowned in darkness. Sarada might have subconsciously waved a path for the Jogan's awakening by sending Sasuke to help Boruto. If this scenario does not happen, then the other way for the Jogan to awaken in Boruto's eye is even more interesting. Boruto talks about feeling the anxiety and restlessness that Kawaki had been feeling his entire life. We know the Jogan is known to track down negative emotions, so what if these negative emotions are actually the trigger to awakening the pure power? This explains how Boruto has unlocked it before the time skip and why it seems like he has apparently mastered it. Before moving on to our final possibility, I would like to add something to Sasuke's death theory. The contrast in Aida and Sarada's eyes that was foreshadowed back in 2014 also hints at something similar. We know Aida is doing her best to remain neutral in the Kama brother conflict. She even agreed to transfer Boruto's message to Sarada. So what could have driven both of them against each other? Well, it could be the death of Sasuke that will make Sarada go outrageous on Kawaki, and Aida being her comrade would most likely protect him. Naruto's ages-long curse of students killing their masters might also play a role here, as Kawaki is technically the student of Sasuke right now. Coming on to the final possibility of Kawaki's panel appearing in the manga, it could be a snapshot of Boruto and Kawaki's upcoming fight that's going to take place in the next chapter. Kawaki might track down Boruto and Sasuke without Aida's help and would end up having a fierce battle with Boruto. The fight could conclude with Sasuke or somebody else's interference. There's even a possibility for Sasuke to die during this fight as well. Anyway, the end of this fight could also act as a great trigger for the time skip, since it's going to get really dark for the future of the series. Who knows, Boruto might even awaken the Jogan during this sequence. That might explain why they are making us wait 4 months for this chapter. Chapter 81 could show us Boruto training with Sasuke. It could be set after a few months from the events of this chapter. Boruto could have quickly learned the Kenjutsu alongside the combat strategies that come with it. The writers could even surprise us with Boruto already having a Jogan in this chapter. Its flashback could be shown to us later in the series. The trigger for Boruto in this scenario would be the same negative energy that he is feeling after switching places with Kawaki. Sasuke might have even bought him a pair of his cloak and sword. Think about it. How would he teach him Kenjutsu without Boruto having a sword for himself? This also minimizes the chances of his death, as we know why Boruto will get the cloak and sword. Sasuke might take him to some familiar place like Orochimaru's hideout, where he'll be given the cape and sword. Sarada's Mangenkyo is another great plot point to talk about. Don't forget to subscribe because a really great video is coming on it really soon. Also check out these videos for more amazing Boruto stuff. I will see you next time.